and welcome to this week's Tech Talk. Every week we try and explain how to solve everyday problems with the everyday technology you might be using. This week we're talking about Linux. To help you and me understand more, with me is Tech Talk expert Chris Jennings. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Tracy. Good to be here.
Oh, yes, on this very hot day.
Yeah, it's a bit moist, isn't it?
Just a tad.
Right, now, last week we talked about the end of Windows 10, which is coming October this year. In a nutshell, it means come October, if you want to stay safe online, what did I say? Stay safe. That's what I meant to say. If you want to stay safe online, you've got two options basically. If your PC is not able to upgrade to Windows 11, which a lot of older PCs won't be able to, like mine here for example, that's not able to upgrade, you can either buy a new PC or go to Linux.
Right.
To make your old PC work. So that's what we're talking about today.
And what is Linux?
Right, now Linux is it's the same as Windows. Windows is the what's called the operating system, and it's what makes the PC work. It gives you your desktop and everything, and makes you plug things in and they work. This kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the sort of system that makes the PC work. Now there are alternatives out there from Windows. Something like 85% of PCs run Windows, but there is one called Linux. Now, most people that have heard of Linux think, oh my God, that's too complicated for me. I wouldn't know what to do with it. And you hear people saying about it's just totally overcomplicated. It's impossible, especially for the older generation, to learn a new way of using a computer. Well, luckily, there's a thing out there called Linux Mint. Now, Linux Mint has been designed for people coming from Windows who aren't very techy. So they can take their PC to a tech shop and say, can you put Linux Mint on this for me?
Yeah.
And get rid of Windows, and they'll do that for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how similar Linux Mint is to Windows.
And how much would that cost to have something like that?
That's another beautiful thing, is Linux is totally free.
Really?
Absolutely free. If you're not able to install it yourself, then obviously you're going to have to pay somebody to do that for you. But other than that, it's totally free, and you haven't got the worry about upgrades in the future. It'll just keep your PC working forever until the PC itself dies.
Yeah.
So, like a lot of people bought a new PC 3 or 4 years ago, paid a lot of money for it, and in October, it's a brick.
It's just going.
Yeah, it'll carry on working. Like we mentioned last week, it'll carry on working on Windows 10, but you'll lose all your security.
Oh, right.
So you'll start getting viruses and all sorts of things, and it's just not safe after that time. Whereas Linux, fully secure, updates itself all the time. It's totally free, and it does pretty much everything Windows will do.
So Linux will protect you from viruses?
Absolutely.
Yep.
With Linux, you've got no problems, no worries. Other things about Linux is its privacy is very important with Linux. You haven't got Microsoft asking questions and taking details and all this kind of stuff. Linux is just totally private. If you're worried about privacy, Linux is a better operating system anyway. Nothing gets sent off to anybody or anything like that, you know. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what your PC will look like when your PC comes back loaded with Linux Mint.
And you can use all your normal programs with it?
Right, there's one problem with Linux, and that's Adobe programs. You cannot run Adobe programs like Photoshop, Premiere Pro. There are alternatives you can run on Linux, but they're not as good as the original Premiere Pro. The other thing you can't run on Linux is Microsoft Office programs like Word, Publisher, that kind of thing. But the Linux Mint alternative, which you can run, is as good, almost the same, and it's compatible. So the only real caveat is if you need to use Adobe products like Photoshop and that, then it's not a good idea. Go out and buy a new PC. Although the Linux alternatives, for the average user, professionals, no, they wouldn't get on with it at all. But the casual sort of user using Photoshop just to touch up, the Linux alternatives work just fine.
Right,
So
because
they
I
make-
love all photo editing.
Yeah. Well, in actual fact, the Linux photo editor is almost like Adobe Photoshop. It's really,
Right.
really good. But it's a bit of a learning curve to use it.
Yeah.
That's what Google's for.
It's the same with everything. You've got to get used to it, haven't you?
Yeah. Right, by the magic of television, we're going to zoom into my PC.
Need my glasses for this?
Okay, so now what you're seeing on the PC here is my laptop, which is actually running Linux Mint. Now, if you look down the bottom, you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner is a little button, just like the Start button on Windows.
Yeah.
You click on it, and then all your programs are listed, just like Windows. No difference at all. You can add shortcuts to your desktop. Like you can see, I've put a load of stuff on the desktop there. You can add stuff to your desktop like you can Windows. The functionality of using the desktop is the same.
Yeah.
If you can use Windows, you can use Linux Mint. Now, there are... Where are we now? That was what I was going to say. Yeah, now the one thing you can't do is use Microsoft Office. So what you use is the Linux version, which is called LibreOffice, as in FreeOffice against all free.
Yeah.
So if I go down to my Start menu there, pop up, and I see in my list I've got Office programs. And there we are, we've got the list. We've got LibreOffice Writer, that's like Word.
Yeah.
You've got Impress, which is like Publisher, works exactly the same way. Oh no, sorry. Impress is like PowerPoint. It's a slideshow thing. Works
Right.
exactly the same way. Office Draw, that's the one that is like Microsoft Publisher. Works exactly the same way. And Calc is Microsoft Excel. Works exactly the same way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Office Writer. I'm going to write a little letter. One thing you will notice about Linux, it runs so much faster than Windows,
Really?
especially on older PCs. Right, it helps you along a lot, so you can always get rid of the little tips. And there we are, we're in a Word document, but the Linux version. So I could type in there, hello Tracy. And then in exactly the same way, I can either save it. You've got up here, you've got a little save button there, and save it, and it asks you where you want to save it, blah, blah, blah. Give it a name. It's exactly the same as Windows.
Yeah.
No difference at all. If you want to print it, I don't need to do that, I can cancel that. If you want to print it, exactly the same way, you go File, Print, there, and it will bring up the normal dialogue to print. Exactly the same way, no difference whatsoever. Now,
So this will work with the printing you're using?
absolutely.
now?
Now, you will find that with Linux, 90% of printers, you just plug them in, they work.
Right.
You haven't got to install drivers and stuff for them, which is also quite good. Now, the other thing I was going to show you with this, if you go File, and I click on the Save icon, there, and let's close this first. Let's get rid of that print dialog. Right, now I'm going to go to Save, and I'm going to call it Tracy. And I'm going to put it on my desktop, like you would on a Windows PC. Now, where you've got, see, I'm saving it as a Word document.
Right, yeah.
So if somebody else, you want to send it to somebody and they've only got Microsoft Word, it's compatible, they'll open it. So that's which Word? I'll save it as that and save. Now if we close that, we should find it. I thought that said my Tech shows for a minute. I thought, shit, that shouldn't be on there. It's my Tech shows. Now,
Nothing.
now somewhere on there is the folder we just saved. There it is,
Right.
Tracy Docs,
Yeah.
and it's in Word format as you see it, so you can open it up again.
So that, if you're on the Linux, it's still compatible with people who are still on Windows.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You can save it. You can say, yeah, how would you like your text? Do you want it as a Word, a text? And you can save it as whatever you like. So it's totally compatible in that way. Now, all the Linux programs, they're all pre-bundled with Linux. It's got thousands of programs. It's like with Windows, you would download a program and install it, or you
Yeah.
might have a disk to
Yeah.
stick it in to install a program. For example, I was talking about you can't use Photoshop. Well, the Linux version of Photoshop is called GIMP. Now, don't laugh. It's nothing to do with masks.
I think I've got that on my phone, I think.
It's called GIMP, which actually stands for a Graphical Interface Manipulation Program, believe it or not. But so, and now then, let's have a look. If I go into, I press the Start menu there, like you would on a Windows PC, and I'm looking for graphics. Let's go on graphics. And there we are. Oh, GNU. GIMP, there we go. And if you're familiar with Photoshop, it's very similar,
Yeah.
and all the tools are there and everything, and it works very well. And you can manipulate your pictures and do whatever you do on whatever photograph program you use, like that.
So you can get Google.
Right, the other thing is anything that is based, let me close that, anything that is based on the internet, absolutely the same.
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, absolutely the same. I use Firefox on this one. I could use Google Chrome. I could even use Microsoft's Edge if I wanted to. People do like that, apparently.
I prefer DuckDuckGo myself.
Oh, well, DuckDuckGo, that's the search engine.
Yes.
Right, now I use Firefox as my browser. Most people are probably using Google Chrome. You can install that if you want. Now, this is something I've sort of created, but normally it'll be, let me open up what's called a private window, which has got none of my stuff on it. And this is how it would look when you first install it
Right.
without modifying it like I've done.
Yeah.
And you can see it's using Firefox, and guess what the search engine is?
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
Great one.
Yeah, because in Linux it's all privacy orientated.
Yes.
So everything
That's
is
why I
privacy
use
orientated.
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can do anything we like in there. I'll tell you what, there's this brilliant website I found. It's called www.camposoltv.es. I don't know if you've seen this. This is brilliant. This is our website.
I have got this.
Did you notice how quickly that loaded?
Yeah.
That's Linux. It is very rapid. Now, if I scroll down there, for example, I can go watch live, like that. And then I have to say value privacy. That's a cookie thing, which we have to accept. I don't want to WhatsApp them a message. Oh, look. Oh, yes, probably not a good one to pick. But that's how you watch the Camsol TV, and you can go full screen, just like you can on any browser, and you can go back to a mini screen like that. Absolutely no difference. If you like using Google to search, then you can go www.google.com, and then you're in Google. Because I'm not signed in, I've got to accept all the cookies like that, and there's your familiar Google. So, as you can see from the way it works, the way it's laid out,
Yeah, it's very similar.
it wouldn't take 5 minutes to work out what's where and how to use it.
And it is free to all.
Absolutely free, and it's
So anybody who is a little bit tech savvy
yeah.
can take their Windows off
Yeah,
and
they can
reload.
download. I recommend Linux Mint
Mint,
for
yeah.
people coming from Windows. There are others that are said to be nicely laid out for Windows users, but I've found Linux Mint to be by far the best. It's
Yeah.
just so easy to use. And like I say, if your PC life consists of stuff on the internet like your YouTube, your general searching, nothing different. If you write a few Word documents and stuff like that, nothing different except you're using the Linux version of Word, which works exactly the same. And if you like to manipulate pictures, you would use the GIMP.
Yes.
And which is probably a lot more powerful than most people are using already to manipulate their pictures.
Oh, I might get that.
Yeah, you can actually, if you're using Windows, you can actually download GIMP on Windows as well. It's free for Windows as well. But yeah, so that's it. Let's go back to the desktop there. Let's close that down there. Yeah, so it's honestly not a big jarring change. And it will keep your PC, which is probably not that old, but too old for Microsoft's latest operating system. I mean, you could have paid like 1,200 quid for a nice PC a few years ago, and all of a sudden you've got to stick it in the bin. This will save your PC and keep it running for years.
So will that upload onto older?
It will run very old PCs.
Yeah.
Now, this is the version of Linux Mint for a PC not that old, 5 or 6 years old. There's another version which is a light version, which is designed for ancient PCs, you know, big old clunky things that you've probably got in a cupboard because you can't use them. This will bring it back to life.
And tablets and
Tablets
things like
and phones, no, Linux will not run on phones or tablets. No. And not many tablets run Windows, in fact, if any now, apart from the Microsoft Surface tablets. So if you've got a tablet, it's running Android anyway, that's not going to suddenly become unusable like Windows is.
Good.
So hopefully that helps people and trying to get rid of the scariness of it. If you think, oh, I'd like to try it, and you've got no idea how to do it, what I would suggest people did, they go to a tech shop, take their PC, buy a different hard drive, that's what everything's loaded on in the PC, and say to them, right, I want you to keep my old Windows drive, but put the new drive in and install Linux Mint on it.
Right.
And then you'll get your PC back like this.
And what's the point in taking the old drive out?
Right, because if it gets to the point where you can't cope with Linux, then you can always put your you can put your drive back in and go back to Windows again, and then take a chance with the security issues.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
That's okay. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget you can now watch Campsall TV on our new app, which is free on the Play Store. Just search Campsall TV. We'll see you the same time next week for more Tech Talk. Bye.
Thank you. Oh,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Thank you.